Hey, I'm back. Who am I? Who are we? Who are you? Who art thou? I had someone recently email me, person who follows a little bit of the stuff that I do. Vardy, let's just call her Vardy, or Shah, or Sharon. Yeah, she said, Glenn, I haven't seen you do anything in a while. What's going on? And the last few things you've done were political and religious. And I said, wait a minute, there's nothing religious about my speaking on my Creator, mentioning the word God. God's not religious, and politics could be important to what anyway, we went into this back and forth thing, but we didn't turn against each other. We didn't fight. We didn't judge each other. I'm the guy who speaks about a mother's love. A mother's love. A real mother does not envy her child, does not take favoritism over one child for another, does not love you and hate me if we're both her siblings. Mother, you cannot dislike me if I'm doing what I like to do, and it does not interfere with you and what you do. Because Oprah talks about it too. Yeah, boo. And a mother's love is supposed to be without prejudice, without animosity, without envy, without greed, without lies, without hatred. A mother should never dislike or go against the grain when it comes to her child. We won't even talk about a father. We're talking about a mother. And if my mom loves me and hates my sister or my brother, then I need to question that love. Because how long is it going to be before she flips on me? Oh, well, unless, of course, I'm doing something that she is judgmental against. Like, you shouldn't be with this kind of people or that kind of people or just, we won't even go into that part because we know that's a real ugly thing that still exists on this planet. And it could turn a mother and a father against a child. Yes, racism's a monster. But we won't go there. We won't go there, even though we know that's where most of it stems from. Anyway, another thing we don't do is we don't take the word of a child over an adult. We don't use children or the opinion of children to cast judgment. We already have that judgment. We just want to fortify it. You know, we don't have the strength to believe in the envy and the jealousy that we possess, so we want someone else to reinforce it. And this is getting real. Not just you, many mothers do this. Lots of mothers. But then you have some mothers who really love their kids, no matter who they're with or what they do, so long as they're not doing it to them and that they're happy. That's what a mother's love is about. Seeing their child happy, whether they need to or not. Bottom line, doesn't matter. Sometimes you have to disown your parents, just like sometimes they have to disown you, especially if you don't see where you're doing anything wrong. Your rent is paid. Your mortgage is paid. I mean, rent, mortgage. The clothes on your back are purchased by you, not by them. Your car note is taken care of by you, not by them. The clothes you wear are because you put them there, not because they put them there. The joy and the fun that you have is because you choose to, and you don't inflict your cost upon them. It's upon you. So where do I come off knocking you, telling you this? Oh, I see. Because I don't like something about what you do. Or maybe you're just too happy for me, and I have nothing to do with your happiness. Or maybe you've been doing too well without me, and I don't know, but a mother's love is without prejudice. A mother's love is full of joy and openness. You see, a mother is able to open up an opening that opens into an openness. A mother does not try to think what you're thinking while she's thinking what she's thinking, you're thinking, because it's what she's thinking that you're not thinking since she's sad and you're happy. We won't even go into a father. This is about a mother's love. Mother's love is supposed to be full of life, love, forgiveness, understanding, not judgment. She who judges doesn't matter. She who matters doesn't judge. Now, it's okay to judge one's behavior. However, how do you judge one's behavior as bad when they're not causing a problem for you? Oh, is it image, ego? Is that what your issue is? I don't know. But sometimes we have to ask ourselves, when we do get upset, that people talk bad about us behind our back and judge us because they lack and what they lack. We have to ask ourselves, why do we even care? Who are they? What do they do when nighttime comes and darkness becomes my only friend for me? What do they do when nighttime comes and darkness becomes your only friend for you? What do they do? Pick sides, choose, favorites, favoritism, and parents? Oh, I see. This one makes you more proud. What is that? What's wrong with that picture? What's wrong with that picture? A child who's alive and on their own, grown and on their own, is enough to be proud. And not even proud of the child. Proud that a great God has given them all that they need to do what they do. I don't want to get too rough here, but mothers, not to my fathers, friends, brothers, sisters, get it together. Stop hating on your family, especially when they make decisions and choices that have nothing to do with you or that you dislike or whatever. There's no excuse or reason to hate your family or any other human being for that matter. Okay? It's not what love is about. And one thing I'll say, you got to remember, check track records. Because if my track record is blemish free and you have a few blemishes on yours, who are you to judge me? And if I do have some blemishes like you do, who are you to judge me? Like I said, people who matter don't judge. People who judge don't matter. Lies, greed, and envy is what all this comes from. Maybe it's time that you check out what's in your wallet of emotions. What's in your wallet of conscience. Take a minute, think about it. Free yourself in order that you may forgive yourself and accept the things you cannot change. Peace. I'm out. I've spoken.